Hi, I'm Brendan Homan, coming to you from Toowoomba, the capital city of the world. Because of my background in building and also development, I tend to sell a lot of both land estates and also just helping out those people who wish to split a block off the corner of their house or something like that. So therefore, as I meet buyers coming through my houses and they tell me that look, they're just not finding what they want, I raise the possibility of have they thought about building a home? And look, for many of those buyers, the idea they certainly have thought about, and they say, look, we actually do quite like the idea. But lately, I'm quite often getting the feedback that they just don't like the options that are available out there, and more to do with the estates. And look, what I've been told a lot is that they don't like the little blocks of land. That all these houses are just crunched in side by side, and they've got, virtually no space between them. And I've also had to comment a lot that the houses in many of these estates look the same. And in fact, I can say, I know in one estate here in Toowoomba that there is 8 homes absolutely identical side by side. So I understand a little bit about where they're coming from. But look, firstly, let me just explain why this has come about. Because over the last 3 or 4 years, Toowoomba has been an investment hotspot. And therefore, many of these land developers have been able to pre-sell their developments before they even start through who I call marketeers. And they're these companies that go and do these investment seminars, Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, and tell people, look, purchase an investment property and, the taxman and the tenant will pay it off for them. And a lot of these people have never even been to Toowoomba, have never even seen the home that they've had built for them. And look, I'll just use this one behind me as an example, and I can, again, where, local buyers aren't liking the options. Like, this is a duplex being built here. It's on a 380 square metre block. Now, in this particular estate, there is only a 1 metre footpath, and then the front of the building is starting 2 metres back from the front boundary. These are both 3-bedroom units each. Now, there's only one garage on these. And I've got to ask the question of a 3-bedroom duplex, there's 6 bedrooms in total, more than likely to be more than 2 cars across the building, or in each 3-bedroom, there's likely to be at least 2 cars, if not 3. Now, where do those extra cars park? Because these roads are quite narrow. And as I said, only a 1 metre footpath, so do they put one wheel up on the footpath, one on the road, which they nearly have to do. It means you can't walk up and down the street, and there's no footpath here, especially when both sides of the street are being built. But the reason why these have been quite attractive and have sold is, and again, haven't sold to local buyers, but sold to out-of-town investors, is because they see something like this, which they can buy a full duplex, 3 bedrooms on each one with lock-up garages, en-suites, a whole lot including land for about $600,000. To them, it's a great investment. From Sydney, they're used to 350 square metre blocks, so that's not a problem. They don't think twice about it, and the returns are great for them. So that's why they happen. And basically, this whole entire estate can be sold out. They're all rentals, so the poor few locals who've actually bought a block and they've built their own home are just surrounded by rental homes. So their neighbours are coming and going, very, very basic gardens and all of that. So the finish just isn't nice. Now look, there is a couple of options locally that, you can, as much as you can, guarantee that that's not going to happen. Number one, if you're thinking of building, approach Clive Berghofer. He only deals with locals. He doesn't deal with with these investment companies and whatnot. He deals with locals or individual purchasers. So, and when you do go through the land development, he doesn't see the houses. They're a really nice finish. Another local comes to building an estate out at Highfields called the Avenues. And if you want to build there, you've got to build through one of their chosen builders. So again, that's another way where they've sort of tried their best to guarantee that this won't be happening. But look, again, they are small blocks out there on the avenues, and personally I do question why someone wants to drive 20 or 30 minutes out of town just to have a small block. I always feel that you go out of town to have a little bit of space, room for a shed and a bit of distance between neighbours. Otherwise, you may as well live right in the middle of Toowoomba. And of course, with that being said, there is quite a few of what I call rural land options available. And look, I've got quite a number of those blocks right now, so you can get an acre of land for around about $180,000, which is quite comparable to what you're going to pay for one of these smaller 350 or 380 square metre blocks. So, you've got 10 times the space, beautiful estates, same money. One thing I will say about one of the estates I've sold, Linton Hill Estate, so far we've sold about 70 blocks in there. Every single person who's purchased there has purchased to build their own home. I have not sold a single block to a marketeer or to an investor intending to build a rental home. And now that we've got homes being built there, it shows the quality of the homes. People get in, get their gardens done, they've got nice sheds out the back, and it is a nice family environment. So if you'd like any information on these other options, please give me a call. I'm Brendan Homan from Remax Property Shop. Have a great day.